Protests erupt at Chino Valley School Board meeting over transgender athlete inclusion. Tensions soared at a Chino Valley Unified School District (CVUSD) board meeting Thursday night in California, as protests over transgender athletes in girls' sports reached a boiling point. What started as a passionate debate soon descended into chaos, as some protesters, in a bizarre turn of events, began chanting "Hail Satan," a controversial act meant to support the inclusion of transgender athletes in female sports. The meeting, held in San Bernardino County, was filled with opposing viewpoints, with passionate speeches from both sides of the issue. On one hand, there were those advocating for the protection of girls' sports, citing concerns over fairness and safety. On the other, protesters in favor of trans inclusion voiced their anger in a more radical fashion. Among them, a group of individuals, some openly identifying as Satanists, shouted "Hail Satan," while others employed aggressive language to express their views. At one point, the situation grew so heated that local police had to escort out a woman who was there to oppose transgender inclusion, citing the Bible in her argument. The protest, however, didn't stop with just words. Shocking footage from the meeting shows some protesters disrupting the proceedings with chants, and even flipping off the crowd as they left. Board President Sonia Shah condemned the protesters' behavior in a statement. In response to our pro-parent and pro-female athlete resolutions, a small but loud group of outside agitators descended on our meeting, screaming, cussing, and even chanting phrases like, "Hail Satan," all in front of families and children, Shah said. She went on to express disappointment over what she called an embarrassment to the community. That's all they got? A handful of angry, disruptive individuals trying to bully a community that's working to protect kids? The night took an even darker turn when Shah revealed she had received a death threat via email just days before the meeting, allegedly due to her stance on opposing transgender athletes in girls' sports. "This is the level of hatred and evil we're up against," Shah remarked, emphasizing that no threats, no matter how violent, would silence her. Among the parents present, Christina Salazar shared her unsettling experience. Her daughter Isabel, who had prepared a speech for the meeting, was interrupted by the disruptive chants. Salazar recalled seeing a teacher from her daughter's school leaving the meeting, yelling "Hail Satan" and flipping off attendees as he exited. "What we witnessed was deeply unsettling, adults behaving in a sadistic and hateful way, all in the name of equality," Salazar said. Other parents, like Nicole Vicario, described the scene as both shocking and inappropriate. Vicario claimed that some protesters identified as Satanists and used vulgar language in the presence of children. "It was extreme and inappropriate behavior," she said, adding that the board remained composed in the face of the turmoil. This meeting is just the latest in a series of contentious school board debates across California regarding the inclusion of transgender athletes in girls' sports. Similar scenes have unfolded in other districts, where deeply divided opinions over fairness and safety have led to emotional confrontations, public disruptions, and even violent threats. In fact, just days before the CVUSD meeting, a high school track athlete, Celeste Diast, broke down during her speech at a Lucia Mar Unified School District meeting. Diast described her discomfort at having to change in front of a biological male trans athlete, a speech that was abruptly cut short by the board president. Despite the chaos, CVUSD's board stood firm in its resolution to protect girls' sports and uphold parents' rights. "We're not just fighting for Chino Valley, but for girls across California, and possibly the entire country," Shah stated. The emotional nature of these ongoing debates highlights the deep divide over transgender rights in sports, with some advocating for inclusivity and others calling for more protections for female athletes. With passionate arguments on both sides, this controversy is far from settled, and it seems that the battle over fairness, safety, and rights will continue to play out in school districts across the U.S. for the foreseeable future.